Hey everybody, it's me, Mickie Giacomini, and this is Money Matters. Today on Money Matters, we're going to be talking about women in their 30s. It's the juggle years, that's right. So whether you're juggling the family, juggling your career, or just trying to find where you left your cup of coffee, we're here for you. So we're going to have a lot to talk about. I've got Sarah Ritchie with us today. Here we go. She's coming on right now. Hey, Sarah, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
That's great. Exactly.
Can't wait.
We are just thrilled to be helping all of you out there. So, yes, this particular episode is dedicated for you ladies in your 30s, but the truth of the matter is a lot of what we're going to share is really good for everybody. So, but we really want to just hone in on that today. So, Sarah, recently we came across a very troubling statistic because it's just boggling. And wait till you hear. It's 56%. That's right. 56% of married women leave investment and financial planning decisions to their husbands. Now, it's kind of troubling, right?
Yeah, it is. I guess there's a few variables there in terms of how involved they actually are, or whether they're just like, no, here, you just take it. If it's the latter, then yes, that's disturbing because they're not taking responsibility for their own futures and setting themselves up. Now, not to say, something's gonna go bad. I guess maybe thankfully they're investing it all, but yeah, it is troubling that women don't feel empowered to make those decisions themselves. Now, whether, I don't know, there's a lot of guys out there probably too that are like, I don't want anything to do with that. But the fact that 56% of women aren't taking, an active role, and we don't know what level of active role they're speaking of with that statistic, but it is, yeah. We need to get more women involved in making those decisions and planning.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And I mean, let's face it, not all 30-year-old women are married either.
No.
So I mean, many are leaving it up to their husbands. But what about those who are just not taking the initiative to invest for themselves? I mean, that's really concerning. Because,
right.
I mean, right now, when you're in your 30s, it's really basically the new 20s, okay? So every dollar you are saving is going to help you for your financial future because it compounds and it's building. And so whether you're single or married, it doesn't matter. It's a whole point of you as a 30-year-old woman or in your 30s or whatnot, taking your power, your financial power, and helping to steer your future. So that's incredibly important.
And a lot of women are just getting started. I mean, a lot of people in general, but women too, getting started in their careers. I mean, I started my second solid career at 33. And, I was already a mom. I was a single mom, which is more things we can talk about. But that's a whole conversation in and of itself. But that actually is, even though I did know about finance and had probably more background in finance than most people or interest in it, when you do get into that career and you get moving, a lot of times I think you're coming out of your starving 20s, and you're like, oh my gosh, what, and there's so much focus on different things, and you are probably growing your career and all that, so you're not thinking about it. But really, I mean, it is something, if you didn't start any kind of IRA or investing in your 20s, you really need to get started in your 30s, because let me tell you, and I'm sure you will agree, it goes by so fast. Like 20 years goes by in a blink of an eye, and you don't want to be in your early 50s going, oh no, I have not saved for my retirement and I don't want to work forever. So let's face it, like I was deep in raising a child by myself. It wasn't
Yeah.
Thankfully, I have the wherewithal to open an IRA for myself and start contributing to my retirement. But, not all women are in that place. So we want to get them there, bottom line.
That's right. And I mean, you and I had a chat about this right before recording today about retiring. And even if you say, okay, I don't plan to ever retire, I want to be busy and always do
Sure.
there's a difference between being able to retire and not being able to retire.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm here to tell you, I genuinely believe it is better to be able to retire, even if you choose to keep working because you want to keep working,
Right.
versus I
You
can't
have to
stop
keep
working
working.
because I
Yeah.
can't afford. Yes, exactly.
Right.
That's where I'm going with that.
And there are a lot. I would be interested to know that percentage of quote unquote retiree age people
Right.
that are still working because they
Yeah.
can't afford basic things or they didn't plan.
And it's
Right.
interesting. So I have this interesting statistic here. It says that Investopedia and Real Simple did a survey, and they found that while 60% of women make independent financial decisions, only 39% hold investments.
That's
So,
pretty scary.
That is
That's
super scary. So if you don't want to be one of those people who has to work, and you want to be one of those people who at retirement age just wants to work, and there's nothing wrong about working, but there's a difference, right? So if you don't want to be that person who has to, you need to start investing now. Be investing in your 30s. Get going on that. That is really huge. If you don't know how to get started, you can reach out to us. We'll help you.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the whole point that we're all about. We're here to help. So that's really important. I mean, 39%. That's 61% of women do not hold investments. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. I can't imagine.
And I'm just curious. I would like to talk to some 30-somethings just to see, like, are you too caught up in your career to think about it? Maybe, I don't know what's going on in your life that you haven't started, or maybe you just simply don't know where to start. I'm kind of surprised by that sometimes. So that's where we come in. Give us a call. Give us a call at the office. We happily set up an appointment to discuss things and get things started. So I think I might have started with $25 a month, which isn't much, but compound interest, it has grown significantly. And you just have to be consistent and start early. You have to be intentional. You have to set a budget. You have to live within that budget. You can't go crazy, with, all of a sudden I'm making X amount of dollars. I'm rich, I'm going to go buy the nice car. I'm going to go buy this. I'm going to go buy that. Stay intentional and just continue to invest. Like I said, even if it's small dollar amounts.
And you make a very good point, because when you're in your 30s, most people are typically making a lot more money than they did in their 20s. Now, if you're wise about that jump in pay, because your career is hopefully jumping as well, invest your raises so that you are still living like you're on that salary you were on in your 20s, but you're investing that extra, and you will be living large when you are able to retire.
55, 60. I mean, if you're lucky, but so no, and that is a really good strategy. And
it really
I a lot of times too, and I don't mean to go off on a tangent, but a lot of people think, well, I have to have money, I have to be wealthy to invest. Only the wealthy invest. No, they don't. There's people, we have clients to prove it, that, don't necessarily have college educations or in a, big job with a great fancy title. They were hardworking. They lived below their means, and they continued to invest. You need to stay focused and stay the course. And it doesn't matter if you're an attorney or if you're, I don't know, a salesperson like at a retail store.
Sure, exactly.
It doesn't matter what you're making, or work in a grocery store or something. You just have to set your budget and stay intentional and continue to invest.
You have to be disciplined.
Disciplined is 100%. Yeah.
And invest as much as you possibly can. So, and even if you start small and you gradually build that up, that's okay. At least you're starting. That's the important part. So you don't have to panic.
That is the very important part, is get started.
Do it. Just get going. Get going. It's interesting because we've brought that up to Marshall. Marshall is the investment advisor at Clarion Advisors, and he is just floored by the statistics that we've shared with him about this gender gap. And it has taken him aback. And he told me that he's even started thinking about his granddaughters and their financial future. So it's a big deal. It really is.
Yeah, it really is. And, Marshall has 4 sons. So, he's bringing his daughters-in-law here in the mix too, which is good, because, thankful. Well, I have 2 girls and a boy, so I've had experience with both sides of it. And it's interesting because my son does seem more astute naturally to investing and understanding, where my daughters aren't. So it's like we could probably do a study on that. Like, what
there have been
that? Why do they not feel confident? I recently asked my 2 20-something-year-olds daughters, like, what questions would you have about investing? And they looked at me like I was speaking a foreign language. And I thought, come on, girls, I've been in your lives long enough. You should understand this. And they just, I don't know. They're just not interested or what, but I'm here to tell you, get interested, because I know to some people it's boring and it's just, I don't want to think about that. I want to do that. It's so easy. Call us, open an account, or go anywhere really and open an account. And, but we're here to help you walk through that, where not every financial institution would give you that level of service.
Exactly. But, and when you call, you're actually going to talk to someone like actually Sarah, or Marshall,
or Rachel. Yeah. One of us
talk to me, but
one of our, someone will answer or get you, plugged in and get started. And then honestly, once it starts, you can forget about it. I mean, obviously, other than adjusting your contributions, that's where you let Marshall do his magic and grow your account,
And he explains it too. That's what I really like, is he really takes the time to educate his clients. Women working full-time in the United States are still making about 81 cents to the dollar for men.
Wow.
It's a big deal. So we're sitting here saying, hey, we want to be paid equal. We want to be treated equally. We do. We want this equality. We want our power there. Ladies, I'm telling you, one of the best ways you can claim and sustain your power is by investing in your financial future, so that you have a future that you can live on.
So give us a call. That's all I can
say. Absolutely. I want to encourage those of you watching to drop in the comments and just tell us, what are you juggling? Are you juggling a career and parenthood, and both? Are you just juggling, trying to figure out what you're going to have for dinner? I mean, all the things. What are you juggling, and what's going to be your first step towards greater financial success? Put that in the comments, and then we would be remiss if we didn't give you the information right here. Just go to our website. Again, we're here to help. So just let us know. Just pop us in a message on the website, and we'll get an appointment scheduled, and we are the real people at Clarion Advisors. We're about having these great interpersonal relationships with our clients. That's really important to us. That's more important than having a humongous company to us. We really
absolutely
like to have that.
Yeah.
When you talk to, for example, Marshall, when you are working with Marshall, you will actually talk to Marshall. You won't just talk to him once and then never speak to him again. You can chat with him. You could really seriously, you could chat with Sarah. I mean,
absolutely. I love talking about money and budgets. Please
so
do.
If you're a Ritchie fan, you can actually chat with her. So.
I would love that. I love helping people with
I know you do. It's great. So reach out today. I'll pop the information in the description again. And Sarah, I want to thank you. As always, you are such a delight to share all the great information and help these 30-year-olds, or maybe you know a 30-year-old, help them get on their path to financial freedom.
Absolutely. Happy to help.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time on Money Matters.
Bye.